Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for July 29th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. Hope you all had a good evening. I'm in a spectacular, great mood today because my internet's fixed. I have high speed, low drag internet again. And you know what? I never realized how slow 100 megabyte um, 100 megabyte internet is until I had to actually use it after having 2 gigabyte fiber in my house. But it's all over with. I can print. I printed off some notes for this morning. I'm rocking and rolling. Well, welcome, welcome. All right. So as we get started, if you are not already a follower of my channel here, please go to the little bell and click on it, and then scroll down to where it says follow. Click that follow button, please. All right. And then right next to it, you'll see a thumbs up. That's a like. Press that like button also, okay? And then you can get in the chat. I already got Covite for Life in the chat. Uh, he's looking for some company. Ricky's a really good guy. He won't bite. All right, I promise he won't bite. Follow, like, and chat. All right. So let's get started. Let's see where we're going on here. Oh yeah, the armament shop. All right. Whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes. He has both online and in person. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove, or call or text 254-560-2023, or visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety is our priority. All right. And get set up for the next one. All right. So, Iran update. So, yesterday evening, I'm getting ready to go to Coryell County Republican Party meeting, and this happens. U.S. and Saudi forces strike Iranian-backed forces in eastern Iraq. All right. And I guess Saudi Arabia just had too much of it. And these Iranian-backed forces keep launching drones toward Israel and to Saudi Arabia. So they did a joint strike together. But it's amazing that Saudi fighters struck targets in Iraq. That's unbelievable. All right. So Canada condemns Iran on continued executions of its populace. There's a proposed Strait of Hormuz deal that involves no tolls or fees. All right. Iran fails in an attempted attack on U.S. forces. They fired several ballistic missiles that were intercepted over Japan. All right. No, not Japan. Jordan. I'm sorry. Iran fails attempted attack on U.S. forces over, because this is an update. So when they announced it yesterday evening, they just said there was a failed ballistic missile attack against U.S. forces in the Mideast. They acknowledged this morning that it happened over Jordan. All right. Attempted attack on vessel in the Red Sea, and this morning The Houthis are claiming responsibility of attacking a ship down in there. Hamas heads to Egypt for ceasefire talks. Trump and Bibi hold talks at the White House yesterday before they went to Lindsey Graham's funeral. And then 20 U.S. ships are enforcing the blockade. The Dow Jones yesterday closed up 537.24 points at 52,547.32. Right now, West Texas Intermediate is at $81.89 a barrel, and Brent crude oil is at $87.06 a barrel. All right, so that's your Iran update for this morning. So the next thing are announcements. Announcements is on the 6th of August, which is next Thursday, not tomorrow, but next Thursday. We have Pints and Politics in Belton, 6 p.m. at the Dead Fish Grill. All right, and it's on the south side of Belton Lake Dam. All right, and then on 11th of August, which I have no placard for yet, Coppers Cove Conservative Club. We're meeting at Giovanni's in Coppers Cove at 6 p.m. And then the next one is on August 22nd. We have the Coryell County Republican women are having their annual Boots and Bling at the Texas Station Event Center in Gatesville. Our keynote speaker is Steve Muniseri. There's going to be all kinds of silent auction items there, cupcake giveaway and stuff. The food is going to be a fajita dinner at a fajita dinner from El Tapatio in Gatesville. Food is good. Tickets are $50 a person, or you can sponsor a table, right? All right. The link for this, if you don't want to go through the link like that, is in the description of the podcast itself. All right. You'll see CCRW. On August 29th, Coryell County Republican Party we're having a Patriot Range Day at the Holly Gun Range in Gatesville, Texas. It's going to start at 10. It's going to go to about 5 p.m. We do have a cottage there, so you can go in there and cool off if it gets too hot for you. And we may have some refreshments. Curmudgeon's Honeymead Winery is going to be there to sell some of their winery products after you get done shooting. Because we all know guns and alcohol don't mix. And then our last announcement is September 26th, the Coryell County Republican Party is having their annual fish fry. We have Senator Pete Flores and the chair, Dorinda Randall of the Republican Party of Texas. She's the state chair, and they're going to be our keynote speakers. We'll have silent auction. We may have a regular auction at that one too. Fish, good food, good fun, and it's going to be at the Texas Station Event Center at 6 p.m. All right. The tickets are also available. You can go through the QR code or go to the description of my podcast, and I have the links there also. So if you look at it, you'll see CCRP, which is Coryell County Republican Party, and there's a link right there. It takes you to Anadot. All right, cool. All right, so that's all your announcements and Iran update and stuff. All right, so first and foremost, yesterday evening in the Senate, they had a confirmation hearing, a confirmation vote for the Office of Director of National Intelligence. The nominee is Jay Clayton, who right now is still the SDNY, the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney. I'm pretty sure he's going to get sworn in today or tomorrow. And that the vote was 51 to 47. Mitch McConnell didn't vote. Darlene Graham didn't vote because she's on her way to South Carolina to bury her brother. And one other person didn't vote. Let's see, 51, 47. Let me do some quick math here. 5, 1, 4, 7. That would be 98. So, yeah. But the Democrats were insisting on they were insisting on reforms made to the OD&I office, and they didn't get none of it. What had happened was the 702, Section 702s are still, man, we've been without the sections in 702. You know what? Why do we even need to re-implement it, right? If it happened like that. All right, quickly on this part, Senate Democrats demanded a new experienced person to lead the nation's spy agency. They wanted a Democrat, that's all, okay? But they didn't get it. But when given the chance, they rejected President Trump's latest pick. Still, their resistance was not enough to stop Republicans from confirming Jay Clayton to the next Director of National Intelligence to replace Tulsi Gabbard. Clayton, who was tapped by the top prosecutor in Manhattan last year, was confirmed by a party line vote on Tuesday. He will replace the acting DNI and FHAFA Director Bill Pulte, whose interim appointment prompted the Senate Democrats to demand an immediate permanent replacement over fears that Pulte would weaponize the nation's 18 intelligence agencies or try to dismantle them. It's a bloated environment. They need to go. Clayton's confirmation was thought to be a means to an end for the ongoing standoff over Section 702. It's the FISA Act, a tool that has been used to thwart several terrorist plots, including a planned mass cast sent at a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna, Austria. However, they changed their tune when it came to vote after a contentious confirmation hearing where only Republicans voted to send him to the Senate floor. All right. Let's see. Adam Schiff. Do we want to hear what? And I don't care about Adam Schiff this morning. We might talk about him later on. Okay, so 51 to 47 was the final vote. And so Jay Clayton will be the next OD&I for the president. Okay. And then to go along with that, John Cornyn, my senator, that lost his primary bid to Ken Paxton. Now he's butthurt, right? He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to go forward with the nomination, with the confirmation vote for Todd Blanche to be the Attorney General. So he's still got the title acting, right? So Texas Senator John Cornyn denied reports Tuesday that he had agreed to confirm Todd Blanche as Attorney General later this week, stating that no such deal has been made. Cornyn has stated that he would oppose the nomination unless Trump's administration rewrites a settlement agreement the president reached with the IRS over the leak of his tax information, which created a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund to compensate Trump allies who said they were targeted by the Biden-era DOJ. Fake news alert. There's no deals on Blanche, Cornyn said on X. They know what they have to do. Breaking news. John Cornyn, you will be unemployed on January 3rd, 2027. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just cooperate and do what you're told and vote to confirm Todd Blanche as the next Attorney General. Get off your high horse. You're here to serve the people of Texas, not to serve the people of John Cornyn. Just get over it and do it. Man, John Cornyn's warnings comes ahead of a critical vote on Blanche's nomination this Thursday, where Cornyn's opposition could sink the process. I'm telling you, I'm sick and tired of these rhinos dictating what the Republican Party is supposed to do. You're supposed to process legislation and to let's put it like this: the Senate in the confirmation process is to advise and consent, right? That's all. Not the whole blackmail, extortion hearings and stuff that extract stuff out of the presidency. The president nominated Todd Blanche to be the attorney general. You advise and consent. You hold confirmation hearing. He's obviously qualified. Let's do this, all right? And vote and get it over with. John Cornyn, why don't you just resign and you resign and Governor Abbott can appoint a new senator and be done with it. All right. Wow. Mike Lee, Senator Mike Lee pressures GOP chair, GOP leaders to cancel or delay August's recess until the Save America Act gets passed. Right. So Utah Senator Mike Lee is pressuring the Republican leadership to cancel or delay the upcoming August recess until the Save America Act is passed. I can tell you right now, he's up against a brick wall. I would love to see that thing pass, but these people, these stalwart rhinos that are in charge of the Republican leadership, I'm talking about John Thune, John Cornyn, and John Barrasso, the three Johns, okay? They got to all go and be replaced. The measure would require voters to prove their U.S. citizenship and provide a valid photo ID when registering. It would restrict voting by mail. In a post on X, Lee pushed Senate Majority Leader John Thune of South Dakota, who will not be reelected in 2028, to cancel or delay the recess, and he requested a roll call vote. Do not assume you have my consent, Lee said. You do not. Forcing a roll call vote on whether to adjourn for a month is an unusual move, as the Senate typically agrees unanimously to go out of session. It's called unanimous consent, okay? Any one person can withdraw a motion and make it be a roll call vote. All right. Oh, and John Thune won't be the leader of the Republicans by the end of November. He will be replaced, and he'll probably chicken out and I resign from the Senate, and everyone will applaud. All right, and then we have President Trump is asking the Supreme Court to weigh in on one of his executive orders, which is about mail-in voting. The Justice Department asked the Supreme Court on Monday to weigh in on its dispute over 23 states regarding the President Trump's mail-in ballot executive order. The executive order issued in March directs the Department of Homeland Security to compile lists of eligible voters nationwide on a state-by-state basis and seek to block the U.S. Postal Service from delivering absentee ballots to voters not on state-approved rolls. Solicitor General John Sauer, like I said, he's the guy that argues before the Supreme Court, argued that a lower court's injunction on the order was premature and extraordinary because it blocks federal officials from implementing Trump's order that merely aims to promote election integrity. The executive order functions only to direct the president's subordinates to take appropriate and lawful action to implement the president's policy objectives, he wrote, by stopping the relevant agencies and officials from implementing that order with respect to November 2026 federal elections. The injunction operates as an improper intrusion by a federal court into the workings of a coordinate branch of government. The request comes after 24 states sued to block the order. That's why they're asking the Supreme Court to make a ruling, right? And a federal judge in June barred the Trump administration from implementing provisions related to mail-in ballots and state citizenships for the November midterms in the states that sued. All right. For the Supreme Court to get involved, stating that he urged the Supreme Court to get involved, stating that if the administration later wins the case, then the damage would already be done. And he's right. If there's a suspicion that the merits of the case will proceed to judgment, they need to grant the petition to Mr. Sauer and the federal government. Hold on, let me do a little bit of work here while I'm doing this. If you're watching and you're not already a follower of the JPA report, please click that follow button and then give me a like, okay? I would appreciate that. I'm just getting ready for the raid. You know, it's been a few days since I've done a raid. I'm going to finally get to do it today. Copy. I'm all set. All right, let's finish up the last 8 minutes of the podcast. Right, Harmit Dillon, she put it on blast yesterday that Mickey Sherrill, she's the governor of New Jersey, already knew that there were illegal voters on the state voter rolls. Right, regardless of what these politicians say. Assistant Attorney General Harmit Dillon accused New Jersey Democrat Governor Mickey Sherrill on Tuesday of not caring about her law-abiding state residents after she refused to provide information on thousands of voters. The accusation came after Sherrill admitted last week that 6,600 non-citizens were accidentally registered to vote in the state's motor vehicle system. It's called Motor Voter. And that as many as 400 of those citizens did actually vote in the federal election illegally. Dillon, who serves as an assistant AG at the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, asked Sherrill for the personal information of thousands of New Jersey residents. Sherrill rejected the request yesterday. Today, I informed Dillon that New Jersey will not provide the personal information of thousands of New Jersey residents, she said on X. The request had no legal basis, and I always protect New Jerseyans' personally identifiable information. Dillon responded by accusing the governor of failing to protect law-abiding voters that argued that their request was in fact legal because it was grounded in the legal authority to remove the illegal people from the state voter roll. And then we'll end it on Governor Sherrill's refusal to cooperate with federal law enforcement does nothing to protect law-abiding New Jersey voters, she said on X. New Jersey has a legal duty to keep illegal voters off the rolls, and our request is grounded in that legal authority. DOJ will get this information through all legal means. All right? And she will. 6,600 illegally registered to vote, and then 400 of them actually went into a voter booth and voted. Those 400 people need to be deported immediately. The others will follow suit. Yesterday, as we were saying earlier, that 6:55, the president went to Lindsey Graham's funeral at the National Cathedral and at the Capitol Rotunda. He said Trump on Tuesday utilized late Senator Lindsey Graham during a memorial service at the Washington National Cathedral. Graham died unexpectedly earlier this month and was replaced by his sister, Darlene Graham. His memorial began at the Capitol before his remains, were transported to the cathedral in northern Washington, D.C. Speaking at the event, Trump called Graham a beloved friend, respected statesman, and a giant for the United States Senate. Trump recalled Graham's rise from his royal South Carolina origins to his career as a nationally recognized statesman and equipped about his interests in foreign affairs. Nothing of significance happened anywhere in the world without Lindsey Graham having a view on it. True. Graham's remains are going to South Carolina, and there's going to be a second service today in Central South Carolina. All right? With respect to Darlene Graham, I hope this is a service that brings honor and respect to Lindsey Graham. All right? I.e., no protesters, please. All right? Where are we at? 6:57. I'm not going to have enough time. Hold on just a second here. All right. James Comer warned Anthony Fauci yesterday that his upcoming Senate testimony, I believe today, will not be protected by the pardon he received from AutoPen. Okay, because he did get a complete pardon from President Biden, but that means he's got to go before testimony in the same area where he got his pardon from, but he cannot take the Fifth Amendment on that because of his pardon he received. He has to sit there, ask questions, answer questions, and tell the truth. You know, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you God, right? So that'll happen. I think tomorrow. I think is the actual date of the hearing in the Senate. Secretary Rubio announced yesterday that the Trump administration formally banned gain of function research here in the United States. Trump administration announced Tuesday that it's officially banned gain of function research, claiming it has the potential to threaten lives and undermine national security if not properly restricted and controlled. Okay, so that would be COVID stuff. That was going into how they were weaponizing the coronavirus in China, and then we were funding part of it. Okay, we'll get to more of that later. And then we are out of time at 6:59. In election news, South Carolina's governor won his primary runoff, the first primary runoff ever inside the state of South Dakota. So Larry Roden is going to go to the general election, and he'll win. All right. So that is the JP's morning brief for July 29th, 2026. I will see y'all in 1 hour for the JPA report. We'll cover everything more in detail all right, and then do our America 250 moment also, all right. So thank y'all very much. I'm going to initiate the raid right now. Yep, I did it right. Yes. All right. So 9 seconds. So y'all have a good morning. I'll see y'all in 60 minutes. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out.